my name is Erica Ogier, and I'm a freshman in high school. When I first started this course, I wasn't sure what I wanted to research about. I was given the opportunity to put my own education in my hand and explore the world with it. I could start my research with learning about how to make beauty products, or learning about beauty products. I could take my education and go into the world of technology and learn how it works. I could have gone in so many different ways, but I chose to go in the path of education. When I first started this course, I also learned that there are multiple ways of education and multiple ways of teaching. I go to traditional school, meaning we take tests. We listen to what the teachers want us to do. We listen to the teachers and what their standards are for us. We go into a class where we have a syllabus all printed out for us and our course outline. Well, all schooling is not like that. You have homeschooled, of course, but then you have unschooling, project-based learning, passion-driven learning, and the world of education is so big. If I could describe education, my education right now, it would probably be boring, unhelpful, and useless. But here I'm going to describe passion-based learning and project-driven learning.
What is project-based learning?
Project-based learning, a style of learning where you put your knowledge of a certain area and create a project for it or of it.
Passion-driven learning is one of my favorite out of the two learning styles. What is passion-driven learning?
Here I'm going to show you a video that I created to help you understand what passion-driven learning is, and also explaining about Project Passion Council. Project Passion Council. Project Passion Council was an idea that I had in the beginning of the course. I wanted to create a group of kids that could come together and discuss education and discuss how we could make that change where that person was. I have gained a few site members since I first started that, and I have talked to a lot of helpful people. I don't think too many people know about the different forms of education. Therefore, it needs to get out there. One way I helped my site get out there was I used Twitter. I've been using Twitter throughout this whole entire process as a way of communication and a way of collaborating. I have talked to many people via Twitter and learned so much more than I can even explain. Passion-driven learning, you get to choose what you want to learn about. Are you interested in technology? Are you interested in being a beautician? Are you interested in being a fashion designer? Are you interested? What are you interested in? What is your passion? If you want to be a painter, you can learn how to be the best painter ever just because that's your passion. You spend your time researching about that and what you need to know to become a painter. And you go out into the real world and you start painting. You start painting houses, walls, whatever you want to paint. If you want to be an artist, look up what you need to become an artist. It's all up to you, and it all starts and ends with you. But it doesn't have to end. It does not have to end. You can keep going and going and going.
When I was at school, I asked a few people what they thought about this learning style. Most of them said they have never heard about it before, but it sounds like a really cool and neat thing to try out. Half of them said that they don't try in school because they feel like what they are learning doesn't apply to their life.
What if we fail? That failing grade shows on our scores, and it shows what had happened. But can you reflect that grade on each of the students personally? Or should you take that grade to yourself because you failed to teach us? You have failed to keep that material in our mind. If you teach something in the beginning of school and you give a test on it 3 months after and you don't talk about it anywhere till then, who's going to remember that? Oh, I don't use this when anybody asks me questions about it. Nobody asks me questions about it. So why do I need to know it? It doesn't apply to my everyday life. It doesn't apply what I want to do when I graduate. It doesn't apply what I want to do anywhere in life. So why learn it? Why am I sitting here in this classroom learning about whales? Do I need to know about whales in life to get through life? Do I need to know about dogs to get through life? If I'm interested in engineering, why do I need to know about dogs? If I'm interested in engineering, why do I need to know about whales? If you tie all of this together and you think, why are we wasting our time teaching these kids what they don't need to know? Now, with passion-driven learning, you take abroad what you want your learning to be about. If you're interested in marine science, if you're interested in being an X-ray technician, then why don't you go out into the real world and talk to those people? Have them give you advice, what you need. Go talk to schools. Find out if you want to get into this school, what you need to get into that school. Don't sit around and learn about whales. When I first started this course, I never knew about any type of different learning besides the school I go to. Now the school I go to, we sit there and listen to lectures. We get lectured about what we should know and why we should know it. Why we should be this good in something. And for those kids who aren't this good at something, they're a step below that, they get picked out by the teachers and called out right in class. Why don't you know this? Why do you have A's in all your other classes and an F in my class? Why? If you think about it, why? I mean, I can't answer that question for somebody else, but I can answer that question for myself. I've seen a fair amount of people who have had those excelling grades in other classes and those not so good grades in other classes. And if I see someone who's not so good in classes and they're getting picked on by the teachers, why are the teachers picking on them? Like I said before, you failed to teach that one student You failed. Don't blame it on them because they don't have the ability to learn like everybody else. Because everybody has different minds. Everybody has different learning abilities. If we didn't have all different learning abilities, if we didn't all have different minds, everybody would be the same. No student is alike. So why base one test, one standardized test, on one student? Standardized testing picks out a point where everybody should be and saying, you need to be like this person. You need to be up here above all. You need to be at that point. And if someone's below that point, just a little bit below that point, they are told that they have a chance of never graduating, of never going to college, of never succeeding in life. Without tests, you can do great. You can go as far as you want. You just have to be able to push yourself, to make yourself stand out there and push yourself. With passion-driven learning, you put yourself out there into the world. You don't sit around and don't do anything. You push yourself out into the world and make yourself known. Now, there's different points of learning. If you wanted to learn about, say, movie making, you can learn about movie making without getting yourself out there. But if you wanted to make a change in the movie making world, if you wanted to make yourself known for being in the movie making world, then you can push yourself as far as you want. There's no limits unless you set the limits yourself. There's no base limits that are set for there unless you decide to take the easy way out. Does this shirt, this shirt right here, will this fit you? Will it fit your friend or your brother or your sister? Will it fit your dad? Will it fit your mother, your grandparents, or your aunt, your uncle? Will it fit anybody you know? Standardized testing takes that test and says, this test will fit Erica. This test will fit Kennedy. This test will fit Thomas. This test will fit everybody who takes it. Everybody who takes it has to have the same mind, you know? If they don't reach this top point, they're not good enough. You are not good enough to succeed. You are not good enough to strive in life. You are going to sit back and not do anything. You're just going to say, I am done. But is that what tests really are supposed to mean? Are tests supposed to tell you which way your life is going to go? No. Real life testing, on the other hand. Life experiences and real life testing takes you out into the world and introduces you into multiple problems that you could run into. It also introduces you into the many people that you will be interacting with. It is a great way to get your life going. Once you get into college, you will have that experience of knowing what the real world is like, instead of taking test after test after test. Why I chose this topic is because I want to make a change in the world. By introducing this way of education to the world, maybe someday the world can convert to this type of learning. The learning we have now is okay, but the learning we have now doesn't fit all, just like tests do not fit all. The reason why I did this project is because I wanted to make my voice heard. I wanted to let people know how I felt and see if other people felt the same way. The reason why I did this project is because I did it for me. I did it for me because I knew that if I did this, I could make a difference, and I already have. I started the difference, and now I'm going to end it. The way I'm going to end my difference is if I keep on striving and keep on moving forward to make this change happen, then maybe someday it will.
Making a difference can start with you. I started my journey here, in the world of education. I hope project-based learning and passion-driven learning will be introduced to many in the future. These are great ways of learning, and in my opinion, should not be passed up, because what is better than a hands-on experience in the field that you are most interested in, and the ability to collaborate with many others from around the world.